pleasant good morning, and welcome to the Monday's edition of the program, the Local Dailies, right on Kear Radio, FM 95.9. The Local Dailies highlights the front and back pages of the papers, including the editorial, equally talking points that affords you the opportunity to have a say. And today is Monday, April 14, 2025. I am your presenter, Princess Kamara. Shortly, let's run for a short break. We come back, we bring you all of the papers right here. Thanks to all of you watching. We are live on Facebook, Kear Radio, FM 95.9. All of our social media handles. Just click and watch. Leave your comments. Definitely, are we going to read them? So quickly, let's run for this short break to be right back. Many thanks for rejoining. This is the Local Dailies right on Kear Radio, FM 95.9. We broadcast live right at the corners so you and Drive. Thanks to all of you watching. Just leave your comments. Definitely, I'm going to read them. And this morning, our first stop is the Verity newspaper, volume 2, number 10. The Variety newspaper, volume 2, number 10. Stories at the front page of the Variety newspaper. Data's 9 million scandal hits MCSS. Data 9 million scandal hits MCSS. FIA raises red flag. You have the photograph of authority right at the front page of the Variety newspaper, volume 2, number 10. Still at the front page, systemic fraud, exploitation, breach Liberia, accused of deceptive practices. Systemic fraud, exploitation, breach Liberia, accused of deceptive practices. Investigation exposes a Firestone's failure. Investigation exposes a Firestone's failure. Chair order crackdown on illegal mining in Grand Coup. Chair orders a crackdown on illegal mining in Grand Coup. You have the photograph of Senator Albert T. Chair right at the front page of the Variety newspaper, volume 2, number 10. And we move at the back page of the Variety newspaper. It's sold for 40 Liberian dollars. Hit 4, selfish, Bishop slams current leaders. Hit 4, selfish, Bishop slams current leaders. And you have the photograph of Bishop Kotuke Brown of the New Water in Desert Assembly, captured at the back page of the Variety newspaper. PUL Kanuba urges Bwaka's support. PUL Kanuba urges Bwaka's support. You have the photograph of the President of Liberia, President Julius Kudi Kanuba, right at the back page of the Heritage. UP Alliance endorses Koga for Senator. UP Alliance endorses Koga for Senator. You have the photograph of the Vice President, Jeremiah Kwankun, right here. Bwaga on fire as we are rally seditions. Bwaga on the fire as we are rally seditions. The photograph as well of the former president, George Weah, right at the back page of the Variety newspaper. And our next stop is the Inquirer, volume 34, number 60, Monday, April 14, 2025. And this paper is sold for 40 Liberian dollars. The Inquirer. And stories at the front page. CBL reports progress in first quarter as monetary policy rate raised to 17.25%. CBL reports progress in first quarter as monetary policy rate raised to 17.25%. Liberia's ambassador to France urges Muslim community to be architects. Liberia's ambassador to France urges Muslim community to be architects. You have the photograph of Ambassador Tiko Toza Yole, ambassador to France, captured at the front page of the Inquirer newspaper. Minister Belete revised a presidential delivery unit, forges a partnership with South African counterpart. Minister Belete revises a presidential delivery unit, forges a partnership with South African counterpart. You have the photograph of Minister Mamaka Belete captured right at the front page of the Inquirer, a newspaper. UCL. The UCL is United Commodities Incorporated denies a rebagging dirty rice supply allegation. And we move at the back page of the Inquirer. Liberia partners launch a 7 million adolescent girls empowerment project. Liberia partners launch a 7 million adolescent girls empowerment project. LMA, a president suspends board chairman. Liberia Marketing Association president suspends board chairman. You have the photograph of the president, Madam Lucy Crawford, captured at the back page of the Inquirer. And we bring you the editorial of the Inquirer newspaper. Thank you, Mo Ali, for safe drinking water. The Liberia Water and Sewer Corporation, the state-owned utility responsible for urban water and sanitation services, has commenced the installation of a major pipeline project aimed at improving safe drinking water supplies across Monrovia and its environs. On a recent tour of the ongoing works in Johnsonville, LWSC Managing Director Mohammed Ali led media and stakeholders through the site of what is being held as one of the largest water infrastructure upgrades in decades. The project funded by the World Bank involves replacing an aging 36-inch pipeline built in 1953 with a modern 48-inch ductile iron pipeline, and is expected to enhance water flow from the White Plains water treatment plant to the capital. And that's the editorial for the Inquirer, volume 34, number 60, sold for 40 Liberian dollars. And our next stop this morning is the New Democrat. The New Democrat, volume 30, number 148. Volume 30, number 148. Monday, April 14, 2025. This paper, the Democrat, is sold for $40 Liberian. A U.S. tariff hack threatens Liberia's economy. U.S. tariff hack threatens Liberia's economy. You have the photograph of the U.S. President Donald Trump right at the front page of the New Democrat. $58 million mystery in Liberia's yellow machines deal. $58 million mystery in Liberia's yellow machines deal. You have the photograph of the earth equipments captured right at the front page of the New Democrat. Quickly, we moved at the back page. EPA cracks down on pollution and warns offenders to act or face closure. EPA cracks down on pollution, warns offenders to act or face closure. You have the photograph of EPA Executive Director, Dr. Emmanuel Kear Yakpawolo, captured right at the back page of the New Democrat. And still at the back page, stories are topping the back. UNDP hosts a third inclusive hour featuring Finance Minister Gafwan amid economic uncertainty. UNDP hosts the third inclusive hour featuring Finance Minister Gafwan amid economic uncertainty. And also you have the photograph of Finance Minister Honorable Augustine Kwe Gafwan. And quickly, let's bring you the editorial. Have Liberians been rescued? During the 2023 election campaign season, candidate Joseph Boakai and his Unity Party campaign that the country was being destroyed, that it was experiencing a shipwreck, and that they were coming to rescue the nation. The talks and impression about coming to rescue the country led them to start their campaign, the Rescue Mission. This Rescue Mission campaign brought about titles as Rescue, Rescue Mother, a Rescue Auntie, a Rescue Daughter, a Rescue Uncle, and so forth. Giving citizens the impression that the nation will be rescued with respect to unemployment, unstable electricity, proliferation of illicit drugs, and so on. But a year plus later, can we definitely say that the country has been rescued by the Rescue Mission? Can we surely say that Liberians have been rescued with respect to the proliferation of illicit drugs during the campaign season? Candidate Joseph Boakai in the Unity Party says that illicit drugs were destroying the country, especially the youth. In fact, candidate Joseph Boakai asserted that they will no longer be coach. Can we now say that the sale and use of drugs have reduced? Especially considering what is happening in the country and use of drugs have reduced in relation to the availability and effects of drugs. And that's the editorial for the New Democrat, volume 30, number 148. And this paper is sold for $40 Liberian. And our next stop this morning is the Daily Observer, volume 25, number 62. The Daily Observer. And this paper is sold for $40 Liberian. PUL warns government against undermining rule of law. PUL, the Press Union of Liberia, warns a government against undermining rule of law. Union stresses our security, economic protection for media practitioners. You have the photograph of the President of Liberia President Julius Kudi Kanuba, along with our President Joseph Newman Boakai, a capture at the front page of the Daily Observer newspaper. A government's priority to strengthen, expand RIA. Foreign Minister Yanti meets a Turkish leader over airport modernization. High-level team to access airport expected soon. Government's priority to strengthen, expand RIA. And still at the front page of the Daily Observer, Supreme Court reserves ruling in controversial 53.34 carat diamond case. Supreme Court reserves ruling in controversial 53.34 carat diamond case. Hundreds of kids rescued, given shelter, but in schools. And we moved at the back page of the Daily Observer, a newspaper. Aviation is not a joke. Aviation is not a joke. A former LCAA, Liberia Civil Aviation Authority, Buslands Airport Management warns of looming disaster. Aviation is not a joke. You have the photograph of Araji James Ato, the first Director General of the Liberia Civil Aviation Authority. The capture at the back page of the Daily Observer. And still at the back page, a government secures Kuwait afford to complete Banga Medicoma Road. Government secures Kuwait afford to complete Banga Medicoma Road. And we move out to our next stop this morning. The Liberian investigator in pursuit of truth and integrity. The Liberian investigator. This paper is sold for 50 Liberian dollars. Volume 1, number 042, number 42. A story stopping the front page of the Liberian investigator in pursuit of truth and integrity. We are on a mission to reclaim power. We are on a mission to reclaim power. You have the photograph of the former president, George Weah, along with thousands of partisans, captured at the front page of the Liberian investigator in pursuit of truth and integrity. I pray he feels snow on the fire for wishing Boaka's downfall, plotting 2029 bait. I pray he feels. You have the photograph of Edwin Melvin Snow right at the front page of the Liberian investigator. Still at the front page, negotiating to modernize RIA. Liberia leads a West Africa road fund group. And we moved at the back page of the Liberian investigator, reviving the presidential delivery unit. The dividends are from the South African study tour. Reviving the presidential delivery unit. The dividends are from the South African study tour. And quickly, let's bring you the editorial for the Liberian Investigator. Members of the House must resign before contesting Senate seats. Liberia is bleeding money, not just from a corruption or wasteful spending, but from a reckless political culture that turns out elections into an expensive gamble. At the center of this madness is a troubling practice that must not longer be tolerated, setting members of the House of Representatives abandoning their seats to contest senatorial elections without resigning, without anything being done, without shame. This is not leadership, it's a political greed dressed in ambition, and the Liberian people are paying the price. In a country where raising funds for elections has become a huge crisis, this practice is nothing short of sabotage. Liberia is already struggling to meet its constitutional obligations during regular elections, yet we continue to allow lawmakers elected and trusted by their constituents to walk away to walk away, chase a senator seat, and if unsuccessful, turn to their oppositions as if nothing happens. And that's the editorial for the Liberian Investigator in pursuit of truth and integrity. And our next stop is the Hot Pepper newspaper. Motto, We Too Belong, Volume 8 and number 11620, April 14, 2025. This paper is sold for $40 Liberian. Stories at the front page. This government is failing and Liberia is paying the price. We assess CDC's due payment launch. You have the photograph of former President George Weah captured at the front page, along with supporters. RIA expansion in sight. And we moved at the back page of the Hot Pepper paper. We Too Belong. At first annual presidential media dinner, President Bouaka reaffirms a commitment to press freedom. At first annual presidential media dinner, President Joseph Bouaka reaffirms a commitment to press freedom. A GTMS holding a UK rights LRA. Yusuf Bari takes over from Yaya Jalingo as a chairman. Yusuf Bari takes over from Yaya Jalingo as a chairman. And quickly, let's bring you the editorial for the Hot Pepper newspaper. We Too Belong. Ex-President Weah's recount of systematic erosion of democracy under the Bouaka Coons administration. The CDC first partisans of former President George Weah has underscored that the time has come to speak the truth without fear, as the UP government of President Joseph Bouaka is failing and Liberia is paying the price. Weah, who was speaking at the official launch of the CDC due payment rally at the party's headquarters in Congo Town, April 12, 2025, says they had gone there not just for a rally, but to renew a promise and a vision and to reignite the flames that build the most powerful political movement in Liberian history. He says recount of systematic erosion of democracy under the Boakai Combs administration. We are listed the executives overreach and open disregard for constitution, lawlessness in the halls of democracy go up in flames, and security forces brutalizing peaceful citizens while millions are being spent on so-called operations that offer no protection to ordinary Liberians. And that's the editorial for the Hot Pepper newspaper. We Too Belong, volume 8, 11620. This paper is sold for $40 Liberian dollars. And we move to our next stop this morning, the Heritage. The Truth is Our Guide, the Heritage newspaper. The Truth is Our Guide, volume 28, number 355710. This paper is sold for $40 Liberian dollars. And stories are making the front. Criticism is the essence of democracy, a Boakato journalist. Criticism is the essence of democracy, Boakato journalist. You have the photograph of the president, a capture right here at the front page of the Heritage. The Truth is Our Guide. A elementary train killed father of 16. Human rights violations. A elementary train killed a father of 16. Human rights violation. You have the body of the father of 16 cover lying right on the railway, right here at the front page of the Heritage newspaper. And still at the front page, our RIA is set for possible overhaul. And we moved at the back page of the Heritage. The Truth is Our Guide. Ahead of Nima by-election, NEC chair alarm as security forces a journalist train. Ahead of Nima by-election, NEC chair alarm as security forces a journalist train. You have the photograph of NEC chair Madam Devietta Brown Lasana captured at the back page of the Heritage. A Minister Dagose demands safety measures. Minister Dagose demands safety measures. You have the photograph of Minister of Commerce and Industry, Madeleine Ellen Dagose, captured here, right at the back page of the Heritage. Health authorities crack down on medical malpractice. Health authorities crack down on medical malpractice. And you have a photograph of a drugstore in Lofa County. Woman Songs drugstore being captured right here at the back page of the Heritage. The Truth is Our Guide. LACC adjourns regional act in Nigeria. LACC adjourns a regional act in Nigeria. And we moved to our next stop this morning. The Analyst. For those who strive for better Liberia. The Analyst newspaper, volume 26, number 112, Monday, April 14, 2025. This paper is sold for $40 Liberian dollars. A criticism, a not threat to democracy. Bwaka says inaugurating maiden presidential media dinner. Criticism not threat to democracy. Bwaka says inaugurating maiden presidential media dinner. Dark days of media crackdown behind us. Dark days of media crackdown behind us. You have the photograph of Minister Jerry Limek appear captured at the front page of the Analyst. And still at the front page was attending media landscape. PUL's Kanuba draws Bwaka's attention at media dinner. You also have the photograph of the president of the President of Liberia, Julius Kanuba, right at the front page of the Analyst newspaper of volume 26, number 112, is sold for 40 Liberian dollars. And we moved at the back page of the Analyst. Onanunga emphasizes Bwaka's commitment to uniting Liberia. Onanunga emphasizes Bwaka's commitment to uniting Liberia. Still at the back page, we are coming back. We are vowed as CDC launches a due payment scheme. We are coming back. We are vowed as CDC launches a due payment. Senator Miguel underscores importance of reconciliation. Speaks at a Church Aid Incorporated Forgiveness Education Training Forum. Book on Ebola's Untold Story launch. Book on Ebola's Untold Story launch. You have the photograph of former President Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, captured at the back page of the Analyst. And quickly, let's bring you the editorial for the Analyst. Presidential Media Night. We are poised to see government delivers all commitments. Both critics and supporters of President Joseph Boakai would agree that Thursday's inaugural presidential media dinner was a great deal in terms of coordination, planning, organization, and everything else. It proved to be one in a while. In the words of one attendee, this is what, and certainly it was, thanks to President Boakai and media team. And the orator, that's the president's tribute, a commitment reality. President Boakai began with exhortation of the courage of the Liberian media when he says, tonight I stand before you not just as president of our beloved country, but as fellow citizens who values the role the media people played in our democracy. The inaugural presidential media dinner of my administration is more than a courtesy. It's a gesture of appreciation, of partnership, and of the responsibilities that we share. I want to commend you, the Liberian media community, for all that you have done to nurture the growth of our democracy and the advancement of our cause. We also extort your resilience, vigilance, and commitment to truth. Yours is not a case of calling. It demands courage, a sacrifice, and above all, integrity. And that's it for the Analyst newspaper. That's the editorial. Well, folks, our last stop this morning is the Front Page Africa. of volume 18, number 068, April 14, 2025. This paper is sold for 40 Liberian dollars. Front page Africa, a story stopping the headlines. Respect and abide by the ruling. LMBA urges rival horse factions to heed Supreme Court's pending decision. Respect and abide by the ruling. Also at the front page, ex-president Wia Slime's Bwaka Ikun administration over failed promises. Rally supporters for 2029 come back as CDC deals rally. From defeat to determination, you have the photograph of former president and the current president captured at the front page of the front page Africa newspaper. And quickly we moved at the back page. LFA Congress approves a 5.7 million budget. Welcome 7 new members. Well, folks, this is our talking point. Thanks to all of you watching. Just leave a comment. Definitely, we're going to read them. We take a short break. We come back. We bring you details of our talking points. And it affords you the opportunity to call and have a say. So shortly, let's run for this short break to be back. Many thanks for rejoining. Let's now bring you details of our talking point. Former President George Weah has declared his intention to contest the 2029 presidential elections, signaling a political comeback just 2 years after conceding a narrow defeat to President Joseph Boakai. Speaking Saturday before a throng of energized supporters at a major Congress for Democratic Change rally in Monrovia, Weah promised a return to power, launching what he described as the party's political revival. We are reorganizing. We are preparing. We are coming back, he proclaimed to loud applause. By the power vested in me as standard bearer, I hereby declare the due payment process officially launched. The rally marked by chants of CDC, Muya, and waves of blue, red, and white kick off the CDC's nationwide due payment campaign. An early move to rebuild its grassroots for Weah. This was more than a symbolic gesture. To many, it was a statement of intent, a signal to his local base and rivals alike that he's not ready to fade from the national stage. Emphasizing the peaceful nature of his 2023 concession, Weah framed his political ethics around democracy and patriotism. I choose peace over conflict. I choose the Constitution over chaos. I choose democracy over division. While a Weah comeback could be possible, to his supporters, Weah still represents something few Liberian politicians do hope for: the underrepresented. His charisma and connection with low-income and rural communities remain potent political tools. Despite criticism of his presidency, many ordinary Liberians continue to view him as accessible and very important leader who rose from poverty and understands their plight. That personal narrative, combined with his enduring political ambition in urban strongholds like Maserado, makes him a formidable contender in any election. Adding to that is the CDC's current grip on the legislature, with a majority in both houses. The party holds institutional power that can help shape the political climate ahead of 2029. And while the Joseph Boakai-led Unity Party has promised a more different style of governance, the administration's decision to dismiss over 1,000 public sector employees has caused public concern, especially among regions that heavily supported the ruling party. Political analysts believe that such moves could open the door for the CDC on voter dissatisfaction and return to power with a renewed message. While a welcome Bible for shot, but beneath the loud chants and political optimism, serious challenges lie ahead of WIA and the CDC. Most is the unraveling of the very coalition that brought him to power in 2017. The CDC, once a tripartite political force, now stands alone. Both the National Patriotic Party (NPP) and the Liberia People Democratic Party (LPDP), crucial partners in the coalition, have broken away, citing marginalization and disrespect. At a recent LPDP homecoming ceremony, party chairman Moses Cordy criticized the treatment of his party under the CDC and called for its political rebirth, naming former House Speaker J. Alex Taylor as its political father. NPP chairman George Sylvester Morba echoed similar frustration, stating that his party would never again enter a coalition that lacked mutual respect. The implications of this factor are profound. In 2017, the strength of the CDC alliance was rooted in regional and political diversity. Without the LPDP and NPP, WIA's electoral map becomes narrow, and his campaign would need to compensate for the loss of these influential blocs. Nowhere is there more apparent than in Lofa County. During the 2023 elections, a Deputy Speaker, Thomas Fala, helped the CDC capture 40% of the vote in a region traditionally dominated by the Unity Party. Fala's recent expulsion from the CDC, however, raises serious concerns about the party's future performance in the county. Fala's political network and influence, particularly among low-fast swings of communities, could not shift in favor of the ruling party or other emerging forces. The situation worsened with the departure of Moba Molu, the CDC's former chairman and long-term political organization. Widely respected among party militants and nicknamed the Doctor, Molu played an instrumental role in building and maintaining the CDC base over nearly 2 decades. From leading campaign tours to restructuring the party in the wake of majority defections, Molu was a constant presence behind the CDC resilience. His departure not only strips the party of a critical strategic level, but also threatens its internal cohesion at a time when unity is essential. For many within the party, Molu wasn't just a chairman. He was the glue that kept the CDC machine running, especially in tough electoral battles like the one in 2017. Political analysts warn that without the organizational skills of Molu and the mobilizing strength of Fala, the CDC could find itself struggling in key battlegrounds. Even in Monserrado County, the party's stronghold, there are signs of shifting allegiance. In 2014, we have won the senatorial election with 99,000 votes. Yet, in 2020, Fala, though unsuccessful, surpassed Wia's total, securing over 120,000 votes. That number now stands as a symbol of internal power within the CDC, or that the party may not fully control without resolving its internal disputes. While Wia's message of redemption may resonate with frustrated voters, the political theory he once secured has changed. The CDC no longer commands the same coalition power it did in 2017. Its internal divisions are now public and consensual, and the opposition, particularly the Unity Party, may not be caught off guard by returning Wia. Still in Liberia politics, the unexpected often becomes reality. Wia's resilient star power and connection to the people are advantages that should not be underestimated. But whether those advantages can overweigh the loss of key political allies, internal unity, and coalition strength remains the defining question of his 2029 comeback bid. Well, folks, you listen to the talking point. What do you make of the ex-president's statement accusing the Boakai Kun's administration of failed promises? According to ex-president George Weah, he considered defeat not because he was weak, but strong enough to put Liberia first. What do you make of such statement? Ex-President Weah claimed under Boakai Kun's leadership there have been lawlessness in the legislature, with the presidency turning a blind eye even when the democracy go up in flames, accusing Boakai Kun's leadership of failing to lead the people. Folks, what do you make of it? And quickly, let's read out the numbers. We want to hear from you. 0777 959 959 080982719. What do you make of ex-president's statement, former president George Weah? Let's hear from you on 0777 959 959 080982719. According to the ex-president, he considered defeat not because he was weak, but strong enough to put Liberia first. What do you make of that? Ex-president Weah claimed under the Boakai Kun's leadership there have been several issues of lawlessness. And quickly, let's run for this one. Hello? Okay. I calls back on 0777 959 959 080982719. According to former President George Weah, he considered defeat not because he was weak, but strong enough to put Liberia first. What do you make of that statement? As President claimed under the Boakai Kun's leadership, Liberia have turned to a lawless country, even in the legislature, with the presidency turning a blind eye. Imagine. Why a Weah comeback could be possible? Let's hear from you. 0777 959 959 080982719. This is the program, the Local Dailies, right on Kear Radio, FM 95.9. It comes on every day from Monday to Friday, 10:30 to 11:30. So quickly, let's keep the course. Let's hear from you. What do you make of it? former president, ex-president statement accusing the Black Icons administration of failed promises. According to him, former President George Weah, he conceded defeat, and not because he was weak, but strong enough to put Liberia first. What do you make of that? Let's hear from you. Thanks to all of you watching us live on Facebook, Kear Radio, FM 95.9. Why a we are come back could be possible? Let's hear from you. 0777 959 959 0880-982719. Why a we are come back could be possible? Do you think former president will return? Okay, quickly. Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, Blaha.
Yeah, Blaha. I'm okay. Let's hear from you quickly.
I say, more point of negotiation.
Okay, we lost that caller. Yeah, good morning. Hello?
Yes, good morning. This is Emmanuel S. Passaway. I'm calling district number 11.
Yeah. Let's hear you quickly, Emmanuel.
You said?
Yeah, let's hear you quickly, Emmanuel.
Okay, former president, we are coming by now possible. Because after the border and phone-led government has done well for the nation through development, infrastructure development, and making the economy better, the economy better, but we have no chance of coming back.
You have no chance of coming back. Thank you.
We have absolutely no chance of coming back.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, like the main view. You say absolutely, there will be no chance for we are to return. What do you make of it? Let's hear from you. What do you make of the ex-president's statement on Saturday accusing the Black Icons administration of failed promises? According to him, he considered defeat not because he was weak, but strong enough to put Liberia first. That's why we always say Liberia first above all party. Ex-president Weah claimed under the Black Icons leadership there have been lawlessness in the legislature, with the presidency turning a blind eye even. Imagine. Say the presidency turning a blind eye. Why a we are come back could be possible? Let's hear from you on 0777 959 959 0880-982719. What do you make of it? Let's hear from you. Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Aliyu Kamara calling for District 15.
Good, Aliyu. Let's hear you quickly.
Yeah, thank you for the topic on the discussion, my sister. So let me tell you something. The thing is very laughable. So look at former president, we are saying he's coming back. To do what? So how much now the people's salary? To do what? To them do Bugatti? To go offload the coin musical Jawia? I don't even know why he coming. Why he say why he can't be keep quiet and for me? If he listening to me, why he coming ready to come tell the Liberian people? I will call your salary down. I will make when by election going on in Lima, the will call it running behind people. Say will by election will go and attack women, right? Now what we are seeing coming back, the people are just power greed. Let me tell you something. The former president, we are their own worker development role to go to the people. They don't know why he's saying coming with the launches. They'll be glad to go to the people say, I'm not getting a machine, your car, your boat, your move back from there. It's laughable, my sister. So I'm very, like I was telling one other citizen this morning. I said, why are you coming back? What a joy you provide for the people, Liberian people. When you were there 6 years, show me one company for former president we are bringing the country. You rely on United Party, all the investors are here. Like you go San Daddy, they are mounting. All the companies are here, like United Party bring it. Why you, let's say here, show me what investor you bring in the country. What you coming to do? The one that Baka will point how to bring it, to put the country on track. Then you coming back there to Jakra A, to be dancing Buga there, and it's a laughable. The people will go by and say, let's President former President, we are just forgot about the presidency. One day, President, we are getting one chance. One bear, one chance. For everything bear, everything working like 110. Senator like 110, President 110. He said no. So
Okay.
thank you very much for the topic on the discussion.
All right, thank you. Keep following Kear Radio. Thank you so much. Yeah, let's keep the calls coming. 077-959-959, 0880-982719. What do you make of the ex-president's statement accusing the Bwakai Coons administration of failed promises? According to President George Weah, he conceded defeat, not because he was weak, but strong enough. Let's run for this one. Hello? Okay, let's see whether we can go to line 2. Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, I'm Jeremiah. I'm calling from 17 there, but not district.
Okay, let's hear from you.
Yeah, Joya statement is laughable, as my brother just said. Joya will give you the opportunity to lead the country for 6 consecutive years. And nothing you ought to show to us. The people that will value you and make you to be the head for the country will say, oh, Joya can we improve this sport. Nothing of such a can. Joya, you are brave enough. You key and to one stage dancing book even after we have been frustrated. You took up a job. All what you did, you know within yourself what you did. Then you still coming back, you can't tell who the librarian people that you want to come back. It's laughable.
Okay.
So, my advice to us is that then just sit and run a private business. It will be good for you then to say you come and partake in any the activity in Labrador.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Let's see whether we can take just 2 more. Okay, quickly. Good morning. Yeah, morning. Number.
Like native party depending on to defeat is your man.
Okay, call us back. Let's see whether we can take just 2 more and call it a day right here. 077-959-559. Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, morning. Your name, where you join us from? Oh, I don't know what's happening to the lines. Yeah, morning. So yeah, let's see whether we can squeeze in just one. 077-959-959. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, good morning. You live. Your name and where you join us from?
Yeah, I'm Sam. You're calling from Oro. You know, when we sit down somewhere, so we have to talking about presidency now. Because at this present moment, you get nothing to put to the people. In the last hour, when you went to front, you're going to be able to forward up to the time. We're not seeing the forward. People will have read nothing. Taking him as my contribution consent at this weekend, family to sit down and relax himself. You see nobody all put behind. It's too fully to eat your money. This is my morning. Thank you, sister.
All right, thank you. Quickly, let's hear you. The last caller. Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, morning.
This is something.
All right, Patrick, let's hear you quickly.
Yeah, it will be cool for the way to come back. You know, all I want is money in the store in the country. Because the council can come back. So that yeah, we'll get our money. Yeah. We'll get our money back. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Well, folks, that's all we have right on the Local Dailies Do join me on tomorrow, 10:30 to 11:30, for another edition of the program, the Local Dailies. This program highlights the front and back pages of the papers, including the editorial, equally talking points that affords you the opportunity to call and have a say. Thanks to all of you watching, those who call, those who follow. I want to say thanks so much. My name is Princess Kamara. Do join me tomorrow, 10:30 to 11:30. Bye-bye from my end.